Hey guys, Stephen Keller's RC. Would you look at that? Trealment's coming along pretty good. There's been a lot of first techniques in this video that I've been utilizing, some that I learned through the auto industry and being a car enthusiast and whatnot. And then chopping or getting the body ready for getting a mock-up pretty much. Now, there's a lot of trimming I still got to do probably, but I'll tell you what, I picked up a technique that I've learned from other RC YouTubers, and it's called scouring. You just take like a hobby knife, and it's kind of used in the drywall sector, I guess you could say, but you just make a bunch of tiny little cuts, and eventually you can break it off and peel it away, and it makes for a much better, cleaner edge. And on top of that, it actually takes less time. So definitely try that technique if you're using just like sand scissors. Get you a hobby knife, or I don't have it on. Let me see if I got it back here right quick. Oh, there it is. Look, a little loud. That's all it is. It looks like a pen with the X-Acto blade on the end. Real easy to use. So if you're wanting to try a different technique, definitely try the scouring method. It is an awesome method. Usually it takes me an hour or so with like sand scissors, even on something like this, to cut the body, and it's a heck of a lot easier. One of the techniques I used, and that was for the chassis, is I took some tape and I taped off where I wanted the chassis to be cut, and I just cut along that. And let me tell you guys, this mini hacksaw, I got it for like $9. It was like $9.99, so you might as well say 10. And this made cutting my chassis a lot easier. I was going to use my cutoff wheel. I've got a air compressor and a cutoff wheel, but the blades are actually pretty thick, or the wheels are, so this is worth it. And it's the perfect size for our hobby. It's a Stanley mini hacksaw. I guess the part number is 15-809. That's what it says there. But I went looking for just a hacksaw blade because I got a bigger one, and I came across that and was like, I'm getting that. So yeah. So as you can see, I got the IERC bumper mounted on. I did have to cut the frame because it was sticking out way too far past the body. I didn't like that. Definitely get you a micrometer. That'll help with getting proper measurements. Whoa! I'm gonna have to cut, guys. Our puppy. Alright guys, never fails. Our animals love to be rude. But get you a micrometer, and I was able to measure how much I needed to take off, and it worked out beautifully well. As you can see, I got my servos, and let me tell you guys, this thing is very, as you can tell, front end heavy. This hardline body is light. I didn't get a measurement or a weight off of it, but I can tell you they're light, or it's light. I'm pretty surprised. These are the Injora wheels that I bought. Depending on how long the intro is and most of the video, the assembly of these may or may not be included in today's video. If it's not today's video, then look for it in a future video. Another thing we got installed is the Treal steering knuckles. I'm waiting for the C-hubs. They've been out of stock for a little bit, so I should have jumped on them when I saw them. But and then you see the link connectors from Treal. And one thing I did not realize when I was getting these is you have 4 mounting holes. So I've got a lot of tuning options between the Rock Pirates shock towers and these link connectors. It's awesome. And these, all 4 of them together, were like 27 grams. So yeah, that's a little tight, but that's okay. Excuse me. That's okay. We'll take care of that later. I also got the steering knuckles, if I remember, were like 102 grams. And then these Treal counterbalance are like 102 grams. With the C-hubs, that'll add another 62 grams. So it is pretty hefty. Now, I also built my draft techs. They're not fully assembled, and I didn't assemble these on camera. I was too focused on getting these done. I may have to redo the shock oil because I accidentally dropped them, and now I don't know which is which. I think this is the one of the ones with 50, but I can't say. Awesome shock. I've felt these before. These are buttery smooth. So, with that being said, let's go over 2 things. I didn't realize how heavy Trealemant was going to be, and when I ordered these shocks, I ordered the soft ones. Well, just the weight up front alone, both unsprung and sprung, I went ahead and got me a set of the mediums. So hopefully that will help in the suspension department. We will see. Tuning is going to be a big part of this. I mean, heck, 50 weight and 45 weight may be too much as well, especially with the pistons being a 3-hole. So we'll see on that department, but I'm going to start off with a medium. I like to start a little aggressive, and then I'll work my way back to where if it's not reacting the way I want to, or if the vehicle is happy or unhappy. We will see. Another thing, I did order the single stage 3D or Three Brothers RC single stage anti-foams. Came to the thinking, these RC 4-wheel drive Baja Pro X's are pretty thick carcass. I decided, because of the weight, to go ahead and take the dual stage out of the Dirty Virginian, my UGRC Dirty South chassis, and put those in here. So I got the dual stage in here. The single stage will go in my Dirty South chassis because it is light. I think it will benefit. But this is actually... now I'm starting to wonder about if I made the right decision there. We will see. There's a lot of unknowns still. So one thing that I did do off camera, because I didn't want to bore y'all with the boring stuff, I did go ahead and put Avid Racing bearings throughout in my axles and transmission. So they have fresh bearings, brand new ring and pinions. So these were things I didn't want, like I said, didn't want to bore y'all with. So still waiting on, well, my Three Brothers RC stuff is coming in. So I've got the Kratos coming in for this. I'll be using that with the Mamba X. I still need to figure out how I'm going to put that on. Waiting for my Hardcore RC links to be delivered or shipped. As we know, they do make those to order, which is what I love about them. They are the stainless steel kit, so there's even more weight down low. Transmission ain't in yet because, well, I want to do everything else first before I do put that in. Plus, I don't want to paint the body yet until that's all said and done. Sadly, I was recording a short, brought it inside, the body fell off. I guess the wind caught it. Body's already got its first scratches and I haven't taken on the rocks yet, so that sucks. But it is what it is. Yeah, this is, I'm hoping the axle, I'm thinking the back axle will sit there and the front axle somewhere around there. So this thing is going to be, this is going to be awesome. A lot of new techniques for me. Techniques that I've seen in the auto industry that I've used on here. Stepping outside my comfort zone, including the paint job. The paint job is going to be a little bit outside my comfort zone as well. There's a lot of things I'm going to try to tape off and paint a different color, and I got some graphics coming in. The paint is going to be really challenging for me, so without further ado, let's get to the footage of me working on Trealemant. Catch y'all later.